freshman working for the midfield spot. Already has 3 goals this year from a midfielder.
Something to keep an eye on for Ursino. He is a two-sport athlete like a couple of other players on this team, on the football team as well. And our face-off specialist, Cooper Allers, was on the football team as well, a star defensive back for them this past season.
Yeah, a lot of two-way players. Another save by Bollinger. And that's a ground ball picked up by the Gators.
The Gators have been good at getting these ground balls post-missed shots to be able to get extra opportunities here.
This is Boyer working off of the left side. He's going to reset to the top. And here we go, a cut inside, a shot inside, and it gets through. First goal goes to Ethan Gerber.
I mean, what did we expect? Ethan Gerber was going to get his eventually. It's like trying to guard the top scorer on a basketball team. You're not going to stop them. You're just going to have to try your best to contain them, as Gerber was able to get right past his defender and get in for the goals. We have a replay here as he turned Bollinger completely around. He was looking the other way. Where are you looking? As Gerber gives the lead to the Gators, 1-0 here early on in the first quarter.
Well, that is the Gators' 4th shot attempt already. And that one's going to go in. And this is actually a rare moment where the Gators actually do win the ground ball. And this is where lacrosse can be a game of rallies. After you score, if you win that ground ball, you get offense possession back again.
That was a key face-off win and ground ball recovery there for the Gators. As you said, game of rallies. If they get off to a 2-0 start here, you're loving the morale if you're on the sidelines right now.
Colin Russell working for the top. Doesn't see anything he likes. He's going to pass it behind. And the Gators will toss it around. Go Char. He's wearing 89 because his equipment got lost on the plane. It's usually number 15. Here's going to be a toss from way out. Bounces in, and that's another goal for the Gators. What a start. Boyer from way outside.
Yeah, Jack Boyer, one of the midfielders here, the freshman hailing from Tampa, Florida, able to get that goal in. He scored 2 goals against A&M earlier on, Texas A&M that is, and he was able to just get that one right in over the outstretched stick of Bollinger. And for the Gators, this is the offensive start that you needed here against the Panthers. 2-0 lead now for the Gators.
A nice bounce shot from Boyer. That's his 6th goal of the year. And worth mentioning as well, looking out in the crowd, a lot of Florida Gator fans out here. That one's going to be picked up possibly by, it's going to be a good pickup by Bollinger on the ground ball. Almost was another possession for the Gators. Already up 2-0 early in this game.
I mean, if you're a Florida fan, why not come out to California with all the weather, especially being up there in Gainesville, a little bit in the middle of nowhere per se in the state of Florida, and now being in Orange, so close to the beach and LA. Why not?
Vaughn, he passes that over to Worth. One of the key players for this game that we have to look out for the Panthers, Jack Worth. Worth is being pressured up at the top right now. Men's lacrosse, very much a man defense type of style, one-on-one. Have to beat the man in front of you. Here's a move, trying to be put on. Grounder, and it's way off to the right. Morset just couldn't get a hold on that one, but the Panthers will still hold possession.
Yeah, Morissette unable to get that one into the goal. But when Jack Worth was coming up the field, did you see how many hits he was taking from the sticks? He was taking it like it was nothing, going right through the defense.
That one is a shot on, and that one is a goal for the Panthers. Josh Vomond, a much-needed score for the Panthers, cutting it to 2-1 early in this game.
And as he just said, a much-needed score again. Josh Vomond, another one of those midfielders who's able to score in that replay, just got it under the stick of Pilgrim there in goal to give the Panthers their first goal of the game. And that's the applied human physiology major of the Chapman Panthers right there. Shout out to our very own Justin Lee. I know he's watching right now. I'm sure he's hyped.
The applied human physiology major just scored his 8th goal of the year. And the Panthers regain possession, looking to tie this game at 2 apiece.
Again, that was a huge face-off win there from Morrison, as Allers able to get a little bit of rest, as Morrison's been really coming on here as the season's gone on.
Morrison going into this game has won 24 face-offs, lost 21. He's increased his record so far, winning 3 of the face-offs. That was a good pass inside. No shot available for DeCobus. And the Panthers are going to have to reset. Neustron almost losing it. Ground ball picked up by... We're going to have to wait and see. This one's still on the ground. It's still bouncing around, and it's picked up. And here's an opportunity with a lot of the Gators set up at the top. It's going to be a quick move in for DeColbus. And he doesn't like what he sees off of the one-on-one. DeColbus wrap around, shot on, and that's the goal! Welcome back, DeColbus. He's only had 2 games played this season. This is going to be his 3rd of the year in games played and his 5th goal to start the season.
Yeah, Dante DeColbus, as you said, welcome back, able to just wrap around the goal, beats his defender, and does a little jumping shot right under Pilgrim there. Just Pilgrim not looking at all. And the chomp celebration from DeColbus to tie the game up at 2. I love the celebration early on there.
Already a little bit of disrespect from both sides. Nico Orsino is able to pick up the ground ball, and the Panthers will win another face-off. Panthers already winning the face-off battle, and that's huge. Again, as we mentioned, Florida Gators have not been too great in winning face-offs this year. Despite winning a lot of games, in the ranked games that they played, the biggest factor that goes into those losses were losing those face-off battles. DeColbus, he has a wide open lane. DeColbus with the shot right between the legs! And the Panthers have taken the lead, 3 scores straight.
As you said earlier, a game of rallies. Look who's on a rally right now. The Panthers and DeColbus with the nice dive at the end here. Look at that, right through the legs of Pilgrim. That's a nutmeg right there. That is the sign of disrespect, and the dive at the end. I'm loving DeColbus' celebrations, and a huge welcome back here early on. 2 quick goals for the Panthers to take a 3-2 lead here early on in the first.
And already a timeout necessary for the Florida Gators as they need to reset. Again, the Panthers down 2-0. Looked like all momentum was on the Gators side. Panthers win a ground ball, score, win another ground ball, score, win another ground ball, score again. 3 scores in a row. So how do the Gators look to get their composure back and really get back into this game?
Well, it's very early on here. It's only 3-2. If you're the Gators right now, you know that you're ranked number 9 for a reason. You know you can be in this game. And it's been a bad couple minutes for the Gators right now, but what they have to do is just keep playing physical on the defensive end. You saw how they were slashing at Jack Worth before the first DeColbus goal. That's what they have to keep doing, is slashing to the body is allowed here in men's lacrosse. So that's something that they have to keep doing. And on offense, picking up those ground balls. You saw that ground ball that was on the ground. It seemed like forever. But the Panthers with Brugman were able to pick that one up to lead to a better opportunity. So for the Gators, it's just the fundamentals right now that need to get back in focus here.
And for the Gators, you have to imagine their biggest priority at this moment is winning that face-off. That's going to happen right now out of the timeout. Here come the Panthers onto the field. Again, all momentum on their side, excited and ecstatic to keep this run going. For the Gators out there, it's going to be Joshua Corsover. And he's actually lost more faceoffs than he's won. He's won 17, lost 30. And he will win this one as the ground ball is up and picked up by the Gators. And the Gators will toss it back to reset.
And that was picked up by Thomas there, Alex Thomas, who is from Cooper City, Florida. Shout out to my family. Got some family down there in Cooper City, Florida. Shout out to them. I know they're watching right now.
For the Gators, Paul Pilgrim working out of the goalie spot. That pass is wild. They're going to be picked up by the Panthers, moving down with speed and precision at the moment. Leander. Rikers Leander tosses that back, and he'll go back past the midfield spot. Couple sub-ins running in, including Jack Worth now for the offensive side. Now, lacrosse is a game with very quick substitutions, usually especially for the midfielder spots. They have more defensive-oriented midfielders and offensive-oriented midfielders who come in each rotation. It's a game of matchups is what lacrosse is all about.
It definitely is right there. You can compare the substitutions to a hockey type of thing where everyone's just coming in and out, and it makes the game fast and more fun to watch.
DeColbus to Worth. Worth. He's going to take a shot attempt and slip it right through the Panthers. That is 4 goals in a row, and Jack Worth with one right off of the right side.
Yeah, Jack Worth was his 8th goal of the season, as we're going to get a replay of this goal here. Worth just sees it. He put his stick down. Why not? Goes right past Pilgrim. And Pilgrim, so far on the season, with only a 52% save percentage, so that's not something that you want to see in a goal. The defense for the Gators breaking right now early. 4-2 Panther lead here with just over halfway gone here in this first quarter.
Going into this game, the Panthers have had 70 total points scored. 25 of those 70 have been scored in the first quarter. The Panthers also another team that's big on that first quarter start and really getting the early momentum. And a lot of the blowout wins they had against Minnesota, against USC, you saw how quickly they were able to jump out and get a lead. Here they are again with Walker. And he's going to toss it over to Brugman. Brugman working from the right side. He's double teamed. And we have a bit of a switch. Brugman, he's looking to see what he could find. He'll pass it away. And this is going to be a possible shot attempt. Good pass and a good stop. It was actually by the defender for the Gators off of the right side. What a job it was. It looked like Mintz was able to get in the way of that. And the Gators have their first offensive possession since scoring their second goal.
And this is big for the Gators. A morale booster, you just need to get a good shot off here. The ball is in Gerber's hands right now. In the sticks, that's definitely the person that you want to try to lead the attack.
Ethan Gerber, 16 goals on the year, including the one that he just got earlier in this game. And that happened due to the Florida Gators actually getting plenty of shot attempts off. A lot of missed shots, but they keep possession. They've been winning the ground ball battle. The Gators passing it around, set up at the top. Can't really find a lane is Halloran. Halloran, shot on goal, shot in goal, low blow. And the Gators are back within one.
And that was a great play there from Halloran, able to just get around his defender to get it on the left side where Bollinger was unable to get his stick down in time. As you can see, Bollinger again totally turned around, and that also went right by Cam Morris as well, who was next to the goal. That's a big momentum booster there for the Gators to get this back within 4-3.
And the Panthers not used to allowing so many goals early in games. I mean, just the last two games, USC only had one goal in the first. Minnesota had 0 in the first. Bollinger's had a great start to the year. Moving to the inside, a one-man Ricky Crew to the goal! Charles Beasley! He'll just do it himself.
Yeah, able to just do it himself there. That was his first goal on the season. The shout out there to Beasley. Just had a wide open area to the goal. As you can see, just completely outruns both defenders there. He was able to outrun Hornbaker to the goal easy right there as he is hyped with the celebration. 5-3 lead now for the Panthers.
What a one-man show that was. Again, many passing lanes were open, but deciding Beasley's like, I could just take this myself. I have a lane right there. And here we go with the face-off. The Gators did just win the previous one that helped them get their third score. But here we go. The Panthers winning another face-off with a red-hot offense, and the sticks right now on fire for the Panthers. Florida has shown the capability of scoring, but they just haven't gotten as many possessions.
That's true. That's true. For the Panthers, the key here is going to be winning the time of possession battle. And so far, they've been doing that. Early on, Florida was able to do that. But now the Panthers have really gotten back into their element as this first quarter's gone on.
Vomund working from the top right. Again, it's a game of matchup, so if Vomund's able to be his matchup right here, the Panthers could have leverage. He's trying to do a wraparound move. Good defense, though, by the Gators. Vomund trying to see if he can find a lane, but cannot. And a loss of possession picked up. It's tossed around. Ground ball still there. And it will be picked up by, we're still waiting to see who gets it, and it will be the Panthers. And it's going to be a timeout for the Panthers, smartly so, as that ground ball was around for a while, and the Panthers really had trouble picking that up. Morissette was able to pick it up by the end, and a timeout for the Panthers.
Both teams had trouble picking that one up. They were playing hot potato right there. That's one of the longer games of hot potato I've seen in a while right there. That's just showing great effort. The lacrosse ball is tiny. For those of you who don't know, a lacrosse ball is very, very small. It's very difficult to be able to control and pick up at a high rate. But for the Panthers, this time out here, get a quick breather, having a good first quarter so far, get your water in, you stay hydrated, and try to just keep doing what you're doing on the defensive end.
Now, worth mentioning, too, comparison to men's and women's lacrosse, is the sticks for the men's actually have a deeper net, right? So the reason why you could see the ability of more pump fake shots, twist arounds with the stick, and a little bit more of play action with their shots, as you would call it, is because of the fact that they have a little bit of a deeper net, so the ball is a little bit easier to secure. Is that correct?
That is correct. There, it allows for some more trick shots, some more shots there, different attempts at shots, at passes. And for the Panthers right now, just keep that strategy up. Just keep it going. Keep that defense going. The ground ball is going. That one ground ball, it's an outlier. You're going to have ground balls like that where it's just very difficult to control it for both teams. And the Panthers are going to have possession coming out of this timeout. Getting a goal here would be a huge tone booster for the end of this first quarter, already being up 5-3.
It's going to be very interesting. See how the Panthers come out of this possession. They weren't able to find a lane. So how will they attack this one? DeColibus will have it. It looks like the Panthers have a play drawn up. All players lined up right down the middle. They split around. DeColibus' shot is saved. Paul Pilgrim with another save on the year.
And that was a much-needed save for Paul Pilgrim because he's been giving up goal after goal after goal, but he was able to finally get that save to boost his confidence.
Mostovic was moving quick down the field for the Gators. That's another great ground ball that is picked up in rhythm for Boyer. Boyer already with a goal for the Gators this game.
Something to keep an eye on in there for Mostovic is he was a 2023 first-team All-American midfielder defender and was a 2023 Specialty Player of the Year. So he's definitely going to be key for winning these ground balls and getting the attack started.
Gators passing it around. Inside move, spin move. Here's a cutter, and that pass is wild. This is going to be a ground ball necessary for the Panthers to pick up, and they will. Morissette has it, and the Panthers back on offense.
What a stop there from Morris, able to get his stick in the way of the pass to give Morissette the easy ground ball recovery.
Passing it around. The Western. And that one is tipped, picked up, and on the run are the Gators moving down the field with speed. A lot of room and a wild pass. Who's closest to it? It's going to be Panthers possession. So Santoro trying to move a little too quick for the Gators on out-of-control pass. Panthers regain possession.
Yeah, that was a good job there from Voman to be able to be the closest one to the sideline to give the Panthers the possession there. But again, Austin Santoro easily able to get by the defense. Just was able to get that shot wide.
Reginelli has subbed in for the Panthers. First time we've called his name today. Walker, shot on goal. That is saved by Pilgrim. And the Gators again wanting to move in transition quick. That one is picked up by Bollinger. My goodness. Almost a great pass. What a save it is by Bollinger.
Yeah, Bollinger now getting into his flow. Gave up the 3 early goals, but now with those back-to-back saves, he's back being the elite goalie that we know he is.
Jason Bollinger on the season, 67% save percentage. And he's averaging 11 saves per game.
I mean, yeah, that's out of this world of good right there. As the Panthers do have possession here for the final 23 seconds of this quarter. Look to hold for the final shot.
Shot clock irrelevant. Panthers looking to just run out the game clock entirely. What a pass that was. That one is tipped up. Closest is DeColibus. So 12.5 seconds left. Panthers set up a play. All lining up right down the middle. And here we go. 10 seconds left on the clock. DeColibus moving around. Shot on goal is saved. Pilgrim tossing it way down. And it's just going to be picked up by Bollinger. And Bollinger's going to toss that down the other way. Playing catch are both goalies on both sides there to end the quarter. And the Panthers end the first, winning 5-3 at the current moment. And that's the first time that the Gators are going to be going into the second quarter down.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting for them here on the sideline because as we've been going over throughout this game, the Gators are so used to being so far ahead at the end of these first quarters, but right now, being down 5-3, this is something that you need to expect from the Panthers with these fast starts. The Gators got off to a fast start of their own really, really early, but the Panthers were easily able to stop that and get back into the lead.
So how did the Gators get back into this game? You know, they started off again, 2 quick scores, up 2-0. Panthers rally back, scored 3 straight. Gators are able to score another one, and then ever since then, they haven't been able to get possessions back. So how do you think the Gators should go about trying to tie up and even this game out?
Well, something that they can do more is space the field out a little bit more. A lot of times they're cluttered in the attacking zone. They're cluttered towards the midfield. Got to try to space the field out. Something that field sports, I think, really operate well on is space on the field. If you need to give someone space that they have the ball, you can't start crowding them. And again, it's the physical defense as well that needs to come back. They were being really physical early on. We have our silent reporter, Lisa Pressler, down on the field with more information.
All right, guys, I got to tell you, being on the sideline, you feel that energy. Both teams are hyping each other up, and, I mean, the players are locked in. I mean, Chapman did have a slow start, but they have been picking it up ever since they got on that board. And, you know, you see Florida, they are using aggression and trying to get a hold of that ball. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Lisa. And Lisa provides a great point. Again, one thing we always have to talk about for this Chapman Panthers team is how well their team camaraderie is, right? How much they care for each other, how much they hype each other up. And a big thing, too, is those sideline celebrations after every goal.
Yeah, the celebrations have been great, especially with Tacopoulos with the chomp on him. That might be a celebration of the year for the Panthers here so far. And another point that she said that I really agreed with was the aggression of getting the ball by Florida. It was something that really, really helped them early on, and they need to get back to that in order to get back into this game.
Possession goes to the Gators, it appears, as it goes out of bounds. Or no, it's going to be... It's going to go to the Panthers.
Now, again, the Panthers is doing a great job being the closest ones to the sideline. And something to note for the viewers at home is that we have switched sides of the field. We have switched goals as that happens during every quarter.
Well, let's see if this goal provides a little bit of luck for the Panthers as well. That one does, already off to a good start. Reginelli opening up the second quarter, and the Panthers lead 6-3.
And Reginelli with the 6th goal of the season. He scored in the last game we called against Minnesota. Reginelli just able to get by all the defenders right underneath the stick of Pilgrim. Tacopoulos as well was there in case the shot did not go in, but Reginelli able to time that perfectly. The Panthers off to a hot start here in the second, up 6-3 now.
Reginelli from Los Gatos, California, and went to Bellarmine College. Now 6 hours down here at Chapman University. Charles Beasley wins the ground ball, and the Panthers win another face-off. Beasley is going to also sub out, and now a new rotation is in for the Panthers with Jack Worth. Jack Worth, he's working off at the top. He likes to play really high up above, pull a defender out, and see what he can do. Looks like the Gators are running a bit of a zone defense, and it works for that one. Another good save. Ground ball picked up by the Gators, winning possession. It's still loose. And now the Gators do have full control.
And that was needed right there for the Gators. That effort, that second effort was able to get them this possession. And a key possession here. Already ceding a goal early on for the morale. You got to get that goal. As no one notices the ball's on the floor.
It was a wild pass by Dylan Dean. It's picked up for the Gators. Alex Thomas. And possession goes right back to the Panthers. Now moving quick. No time to wait. Going to Reginelli. Reginelli now working for the top, trying to pull a defender out. More set. A lot of possessions for the Panthers. Again, they want to run down that shot clock. They have a full 70-second shot clock, so a lot of time to do something. Reginelli, shot right under the goalie and in. Panthers leading 7-3, and here is a big eruption in the second to start off.
And Reginelli with back-to-back goals right here, able to find his rhythm here early on in this second quarter. As Reginelli puts his all into that shot and through the legs again of Pilgrim. That's 2 nutmegs on Pilgrim, man. That's The disrespect there is just off the charts, and the Panthers take the lead 7-3. And if they win this face-off, who knows what's going to happen?
Well, it's also one of the hardest shots to defend for Pilgrim. A lot of shots in lacrosse you expect to go high or to the corner. The hardest ones are the ones that are right there low and can even skate the ground with enough speed to get right by. As it looks like a offsides and a change of possession. Now the Panthers moving very, very quick. Jackson and Ursino tried a shot attempt, couldn't get it. Ball on the ground, still on the ground. Here comes another one picking it up. McDonald able to come in as a substitute to pick it up. And we'll toss it over to Morissette.
A good play there by McDonald, and the Chapman Panthers again able to just get another possession here. And for Florida, the miscues, the offsides, that cannot be happening at this stage in the game, already being down 7-3.
Holden Walker with it at the top. Walker is getting heavily contested. He's going to pass it back behind the goal. DeColibus. Swim move, loses the ball, picks it back up, falls down, flag is down. DeColibus, shot is off. And 2 flags for the Panthers.
That was a good save, though, by Pilgrim, able to prevent the goal. But with that tripping penalty, the Panthers will retain possession.
It's going to give the Panthers another opportunity at a shot. DeColibus losing balance. Shot was just a little high off of the bounce. And a couple sub-ins for the Panthers as well, as they're able to have a little bit of time to group up. Ref makes the call. It is tripping. And that's going to be 2 Gators in the box as well. So now the Panthers have man advantage.
They do. And that was an obvious tripping penalty, too. Like, that's just something you can't do again. The miscues for Florida starting to add up here early on in this second quarter.
So the way penalties work is they do throw the flag, but they don't stop the play immediately. They let the play go through. So basically it's like a free shot attempt for the Panthers with no worry of loss of possession. And now they're staying at a 6-4 advantage on the field.
The Panthers have to take advantage of this one because you're overmanned by 2. Someone's going to be open for a shot here.
And there is the open player, and there's a good save. Ground ball. Who wins it? Gators have it. It's back down. It's still rolling around. Still down on the ground, and it's picked up. Morissette comes out of the pile with it.
Great play there by Morissette. Adam McDonald unable to get that shot into the goal, but great hustle and effort by Morissette, just tracking the ball.
Oh, what a save from the goalie. Pilgrim putting his leg out to stop that shot attempt.
Hey, why not? Do whatever you have to do. If you can't get it with your stick, put out your leg.
Pilgrim with a deep toss down the field. It's up on the ground. Whistle is blown. And the call is against the Panthers. So it's going to be a holding call on the Gators. Will be able to reset getting their first offensive possession really since the first segment of the second quarter.
Yeah, and they have to score here. This is a must-score possession here for the Gators, already being down 7-3 with all the miscues that have piled up here in these last few minutes.
Working from the top for the Gators. Up high, they're trying to see if they can find any lanes that they like. Inside, shot bounces around, saved by Bollinger, a good tip. Malone trying to get a shot attempt. A good tip by Bollinger, another save. And here come the Panthers. Down the field, Will Asher. Asher with a good step over move. Asher will pass it off. Morissette.
As the Panthers make some substitutions here to get some fresh bodies in, as Newstron just checked in, trying to set up the attack.
Newstron, he's working around off the left side. Newstron passes almost intercepted, but it'll still be picked up by Kevin. Kevin gets it over to DeColibus. Colibus is passing it high, and that's an out-of-control pass. Possession goes back to the Gators. A lot of sub-ins coming in now. Gators with an offensive possession that they need desperately.
And for the Panthers, DeCobolis, that's a timing thing on the pass. It's his first game back in a few weeks. He's still getting the timing back. He's been stellar so far, but those miscues are going to be far and few in between as he gets healthier.
Colin Russell with it. Up at the top. Gets it to Chase McNeil. Working from the midfield spot. McNeil up top. He's able to get around Ursino. Doesn't find a passing lane he likes. The Gators trying the wraparound move. The Panthers have been doing very good at covering that. Here's a shot attempt. Way off to the left for McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil just unable to get that one in there, but the Gators retain possession, being the closest one to the ball.
Holloran, he was the one who passed it off. Losing balance, trying to get himself back up. And that's going to be a flag call. So the Gators get a free possession before the call will be enforced. Here's a pass inside. Backhanded shot, can't get it. And with the flag down, the Gators hold their possession. And they will have man advantage.
As Russell there was just tried the trick shot, the behind the back, but just unable to get that one in. He gets A+ creativity, though. I love it. Make the game more entertaining. Why not? You got to try to get the lead back, and McNeil almost crossed himself up there. Can't be breaking their own ankles out there on the field.
Looks like in the box for the Panthers. Gonna have Charles Beasley waiting in there. And here come the Gators with their advantage. Passing it around. Again, Gators down 7-3. That shot is off to the right. A little too far. It looked to be Zach Mintz. My apologies, Mostovic is the one with the shot attempt there.
Mostovic not someone who goes for a lot of shot attempts, but when he does, that's when you know the Gators are trying to come back from this lead.
Weinberg, we haven't seen his shot attempt yet this game. Again, second in scoring for the Gators.
The Panthers have done an amazing job neutralizing Weinberg here in this first half.
Boyer, moving around. The Gators really taking up this shot clock. Shot inside, bounce shot is in, and the Gators regain momentum. Ethan Gerber again, his second goal of the day.
Yeah, again, Gerber with another jump shot there to get the score within a 7-4. Much needed here for the Gators. As look at Gerber here, able to just get around, bounce it in right there. Like he was thrown from third to first with that bounce on a double play ball. Able to get that one straight to the right of Bollinger to bounce right in. 7-4 now, Panthers lead.
What a necessary play it was by Gerber. Much needed. The Panthers win another face-off. In that face-off was Brendan Carnathan. That was actually his first face-off of the year. As you mentioned before, the Gators don't have actually a true face-off specialist.
Yeah, you're right about that. And it makes it very interesting to win those face-offs because the Gators haven't needed that so far. But today, it's definitely proven to be a detriment in their game plan here so far.
Yeah, against the Chapman Panthers team who thrives off of winning the face-offs. Jack Worth passes a little wild, but it's picked up by Voman. Morset, he's got 8 goals on the year. Morset pass to Colibus, already 1 on the day. Gets knocked down. And knocked down again. No calls. That one's a knockdown as well. It looked like a bit of a give-back action for Worth. And down on the field, still down.
And we're going to have a Gator down on the field. As Worth came in hard and pushed him, and that was more of a get-back push. That's a, hey, don't push my teammate right there, and it's good to see that the Gator player is okay, and that's going to be Liam Storkerson, able to get up and run off the field under his own power.
A lot of physicality between both teams and drama starting to brew Storkerson gets back off on his own power. Coach runs out there to have a word.
And he just gave a little thumbs up, making it seem like he's going to be okay here.
Again, the Gators down by 3. They started off in the first quarter up 2 scores, 2-0 early start for the Gators. Since then, the Panthers have been in control of this game. Malone working from behind the goal. The Gators just moving it around at the current moment. Running down that shot clock. Time is still on their side. Holleran. Inside move. Shot on goal. It is another save for Bollinger. Ethan Gerber looking for his 3rd goal of the game, to no avail.
Those type of shots are too easy for Bollinger to save. If you're going to lob it into him, he's going to be able to get that really, really easily.
Grant Cavan working from the right side. Sub-ins for the Panthers. Cavan still being pressed, gets it to Walker. Walker chooses not to pass it, just goes right back to Neustron. Brugman working off of the top. The Panthers still looking for this first shot attempt of the possession. Brugman, no good, picked up by the Gators. The ground ball was lost by Kevin.
And that's great effort there by the Gators. That's the effort that they need to get back into this one here as we approach halftime.
Halftime vastly approaching quick. 4:42 left. Passes down the field. Ooh, knocked around a little bit. That was a bit of a check from Troy Kennedy. One of the defenders for the Chapman Panthers, the junior, as we mentioned before, from Newport.
Hey, shout out Newport Beach. Shout out the hometown.
And moving around at the top, Mostovic. The Gators working around the end to the top. Looking to bring it within 2. Taking their time. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. Gators are starting to feel the pressure. Wrap around, ball is lost. It is picked up by the Panthers. Another ground ball for them. And a lot of room to work with for Leander. Rikers, room to work. Rikers' pass is a little high, out of control.
Boys, gonna be a long day.
It's a check. Knocked down. Picked up for the Gators. They force another stop of possession. Panthers haven't gotten a shot attempt off in a while.
And that's key for the Gators to try to stay in this game. The defense has been more physical. They're picking up the ground balls, keeping it close. 7-4, 3 goals on the crosses, nothing of a lead. It's zilch. So the Panthers still need to keep their foot on the gas and stay aggressive.
The Gators set up their offense at the top with Ethan Gerber. 2 scores in this game, leading scorer on the season. Gator wraparound. And what a stop it is for the Panthers. Now going to Nico Ursino. Ursino. He has a couple goals on the year. Ursino's going to hold back and reset the offense.
Check and a double deuce, Jack Worth.
Again, Nico praised a lot more for his defensive skills as a midfielder.
21 Bowman.
Last year was an honorable mention for the conference
Checking in forward to Golbus.
as a midfielder defensive set. Also a scholar athlete and a communications major, hoping to one day work for his team that he roots for back home, the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, then, hey, if he wants to work for the Seahawks, he can go work for the Seahawks.
Shot on goal! Panthers extending the lead with Jack Worth, your player of the game.
Yes, he is one of my players of the game and my classmate on Tuesday nights. Jack Worth gets that one for his 2nd goal of the game. And we're going to have the replay here. The good pass, Worth able to get it And just zoom again through the legs of Pilgrim. That's the third nutmeg of this first half. The celebration there from Worth. 8-4 lead now for the Panthers. And that goal had a lot of leadership behind it. I can just tell.
One of the hardest goals to defend. One of those ones that drops just last second when the legs are spaced out. So what class is it that you guys have again on Tuesdays?
It's leaders with passion, service, and ethics, and he is showing all of those right now on the field.
Showing it indeed. Knocked down was Morrison. Possession will go to the Panthers off of that push. So again, already leading 8-4. And possession back in favor of the Panthers. It's so underrated how important those face-offs truly are. And the Panthers winning that battle today.
Yeah, they are, and they've been winning the battle every game that they've played so far this season, just able to get those ground balls early to lead to goals. Like in that first quarter, it was goal after goal after goal to come back from the early 2-0 deficit.
Michael Morrison, again, he was winning more face-offs than he lost. 24-21 going into this game has won a lot for the Panthers. Today against the Gators. Jack Worth is looking for a second, can't get it. Picked up by the Gators. And here's a fast break. But a loose ball is picked up. And a lot of room. And there's going to be a timeout on the Gators.
As it
looks like Coach Garrett is going to want to reset for the Gators. Let them see if they can get a good offensive possession. With 52 seconds left, the shot clock is now irrelevant, as it's usually an 80-second shot clock. With 52 seconds left in the half, the Gators looking to get a big score. And Coach Garrett, for the Florida Gators, has a 66-29 overall record, and he actually graduated from Florida just in 2015. He is alumni from Florida, played on the lacrosse team, and was a team captain.
We love to see that, the alumni coming back to coach the school. And for those at home, Florida has a lot of elite athletic alumni. Some of those names include Tim Tebow, obviously winning the national championship. One of my favorite college football players of all time, Percy Harvin. And we also have NBA player Bradley Beal there from Florida as well. So Florida has the pedigree of the athletics right there. But it's always great to see an alumni giving back to his school, leading his team, especially the way that he's led the team so far this year, being ranked 9th in the country.
Yeah, worth mentioning again, Florida is a D1 school in all other sports, all other departments. When you go to football, basketball, any of the big-time sports, Florida is listed as a D1 school. Chapman, on the other hand, a D3 school in sports. But the reason why lacrosse is being played between Chapman Panthers and the Florida Gators is due to the fact that both of these teams are club teams. And in the club rankings, they are both considered Division I club teams. And the Panthers considered one of the best in the nation. Right now listed at 2. Should they get the win here, they have a strong case for number 1 in the nation.
They definitely do.
This will be their third. This would be their third win?
It would be their third ranked win, their first top 10 win of this season. And now with 52 seconds here on the clock, again, shot clock irrelevant, as you said, the Gators just looking to end this half with a goal here, and they can keep for the final shot.
So Malone's going to take his time. 40 seconds left on the game clock. Resetting at the top. As I mentioned, Gators in no rush. Halloran has to find a move inside, doesn't like what he sees. That wraparound move has not been there for the Gators all day today. Ethan Gerber was looking for his third goal. Couldn't wrap around. Here's a move inside, and there's a shot on goal for the Gators. And just when we were beginning to mention him, Dylan Weinberg, his first goal of the game. Gators within 3.
Yeah, Dylan Weinberg needed to get going. The honorable mention All-American last year, able to get that one high up in the left corner over the outstretched stick of Bollinger to get them back within 3. It was only a matter of time until Weinberg was able to get the goal in there. 8-5 now, and for the Panthers with just under 20 seconds left, got to win this face-off to give yourself a chance at a shot, because if the Gators score again, they're only down 2 at half.
Yeah, 18 seconds left. This face-off is kind of stuck in a draw, and it'll be picked up by the Panthers. So the Panthers have just about 10 seconds left to get off one more shot attempt. It's going to be at the very fast-moving offense. Moving quick down the field. There's going to be a good shot attempt, and it is saved. One toss down the field, or he'll choose to hold it. It was a good save by Paul Pilgrim. Able to get the stop.
Yeah, Pilgrim able to get the stop right before halftime. And going into halftime, the Panthers will be leading 8-5 as we have our very own.
No, and one big thing, again, going early in this game, the Panthers started very good in the first quarter, getting the first quarter lead that for the first time ever, the Florida Gators have not been able to get a lead in the first quarter, right? The Gators always go into that second quarter with a lead, and the Gators' weakest quarter has actually been that second quarter. And there we go for the Panthers, coming out in that first quarter, taking the lead, and then coming out strong in that second quarter as well to now take an 8-5 lead.
Yeah, they've had a great first half here, leading 8-5. Adam McDonald's hitting a little gritty on our camera there to celebrate the way that they've played in the first half. DeCobolis and Worth each with 2 goals for the Panthers. Ethan Gerber with 2 goals for the Gators to be the leaders on the offense event for this first half.
And, what has worked well for the Gators when they've had their possessions? What have you noticed when their offensive possessions are actually flowing and scoring? What has worked best for them to help them stay in this game?
Well, what it's been is their aggressiveness. When they pick up ground balls, they're able to get extra possessions, and they just shoot at will. They don't care if they miss. They don't care if it's wild to the right or left. They're just shooting. Like Ethan Gerber and Dylan Weiber, they just kept shooting. They were able to get their goals in eventually to get this game within 3. And for the Gators, that's what they have to do in the second half. Just keep up that aggressiveness.
Yeah, and the Chapman Panthers as well. This is a big game. Up 8-4 already. And now we're going to have Lisa Pressler down on the sidelines with an interview with Coach. Lisa?
Feels more of a nail biter than it probably actually is.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Callis. Coach, what do you think the team executed well in the first half?
Well, we definitely are getting the shots were on cage or we're going in the goal, which is nice. We're just kind of not handling pressure all that well right now. So once we can handle a little bit more pressure, we should be able to find a few more shots there.
Okay, and what would you say were the biggest challenges throughout this game?
Definitely the pressure from their defense. They're coming out, they're pressing us heavy. We're not all that prepared for it. We're not moving our feet, and we're kind of throwing some bad passes because of it. So, and then on defense, we just got to support the matchups here and there. All right, I think we're playing fine overall. Face-offs is a 50-50 battle, so as long as we're clearing the ball and getting our ball to offense, they'll figure it out.
All right, thank you so much. Back
Thank
to you guys.
Thank you so much, Lisa, down on the sidelines. Coach Callis, second year as a head coach, was Coach of the Year last year and has these Panthers in prime position 8-4. But he did mention a big thing, pressure, right? The Panthers, how they're handling the pressure, picking up those ground balls. So how do you think the Panthers can improve on that specifically?
Well, they just got to get them faster. We saw too many ground balls staying on the ground for seconds on seconds, sometimes even a minute on the ground. And for both teams, but especially the Panthers, to get those faster, to not let the Gators get any extra possessions.
Yeah, and speaking on those, picking up those ground balls and all the big plays that happened, we also had the first half highlights. Some of the big plays that happened early on. Again, the Gators got out to a 2-0 start early, got a quick goal. He was the first one. Working around the other side, DeColibus coming back after missing 2 games for the Panthers, gets his first goal, and already with a bit of a showboat against the Gators doing the clap right there.
Yeah, great celebration here, and this is Beasley just outrunning everybody, going straight over to the left, and he's hyped. He's got it on lock with that celebration right there. The celebrations today have been on point for the Panthers so far.
Beasley was a one-man wrecking crew on that play, running down the field solo. And here's been a big one, Gerber for the Gators. He's really kept them in this game. 2 of their 4 goals have been due to Gerber. And due to those bounce shots, Gerber has done a fantastic job. Bit of a celebration for the Gators. Gators are keeping it a little bit more mellow with their celebrations.
Yeah, they are. You can't be celebrating when you're losing. That's one of my rules there. And again, the bounce shot from the Gators there, able to get that score as well. They really got their offense going as the second quarter went on, and then that was Weinberg's first goal there, right over the outstretched stick of Jason Bollinger.
Yeah, and the Gators ended up getting the last goal of the half, so they could come into the half with a little bit of momentum. They scored that last goal, but again, it's going to come down to that faceoff right at the beginning, and the Panthers have been winning the faceoff battle.
And that's what we expected coming into this game. The Panthers are going to be able to win on those faceoffs, and the Gators not so much. That hasn't affected the Gators so far really at all this year. But so far in this game, That's been a huge problem for them and why they can't get many possessions.
And a reminder, too, this Chapman Panthers team is a club team. So if you do want to donate to this team, look at the QR code down below. Donate as much as you can because this is a self-funded team. They pay for their own equipment. They pay for their own travels, their own food, all the expenses. So any sort of donations do help this team. And this is a team, again, who's looking to travel a lot as they compete for nationals this year. But thank you guys for staying tuned in the first half of this game. The Chapman Panthers leading 8-4 in this big-time ranked matchup. We'll be back with you guys for the start of the second half.
Gotta treat every move like the final. One by a mile. Nobody believe it, they all in denial. Hey, look at me, look at me. Still in the show, that's the crook in me. They want me gone with the hook in me. Asking why is he here like I shouldn't be. I've been on grind since Otto. 10,000 hours the motto. They see the bag is coming out and flocking to me like I won the lotto. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Get it, don't mindset. Ay, back with a vengeance, back on the grinds, back to the business. Ay, God is my witness, they watching my moves like shows they binging. Ay, best keep distance, all of my haters send best of wishes. I get to the bag with the quickness, no I don't need no assistance, no. Yeah, no playing it safe. I said let's get it, you say not today. What can I say? You ain't gon' go for it, get out the way. Got no time to waste. Can't be with me if you're not at my pace. You're not at my level, you're not in my race. One foot on the gas, I'm pushing the brakes. Dancing with the devil, there's no recital. I'm killing competition, ain't no revival. I shoot it to kill it, I'm aiming for vitals. I'm showing no mercy when facing my rivals. Snakes in the grass, they getting exposed. I know they be lurking, I'm watching them close. Acting like friends, but really they foes. Saw they be scheming and said adios. Get it, don't mindset. I gotta get it, don't mindset. I gotta get it, don't mindset.
And I swear I put my life on it. Can't believe fruit grew from the stripe of it.
and welcome back here to the second half of what is an amazing game here so far. 8-5, the Panthers lead this one entering the third quarter. We thank you for tuning in on the CSBN Live YouTube channel here on this Sunday afternoon, the first day that we'll see light past 6 p.m. And there's been some fireworks on the field early on for the Panthers. Dante Tokopoulos, the attacker, returning from injury with 2 goals. Rocco Reginelli with 2 goals, and Jack Worth with 2 goals as well. And for the Gators, Ethan Gerber, the All-American third-team midfielder from last year, switching over to attacker this year with 2 goals as well. Dylan Weinberg got a goal to end the first half as well. As we get started here with the third quarter face-off.
Here we go, third quarter.
The Panthers looking to keep their face-off dominance going, and the Gators able to get this one early on here to set up their possession.
It looks like it's going to reset to the goalie up at the top, Pilgrim.
As the Gators looking to get started here early on in the second half like they did in the first quarter.
Gators winning their first possession. Now moving around. Halloran. Gators have a chance to bring it within 2, down 8-5.
As the Gators here looking to try to get some momentum going on here early, as they've just been unable to get consistent offense, which is very uncommon for them.
Malone working inside. Malone's shot attempt is way high.
As the Panthers there able to get a stop, but the Gators able to keep possession for being the closest on to the sideline there. But the Gators, again, the back-to-back possession, something they need to try to get back into this one.
Halloran loses again, and he's going to toss that one high. Gators so far, a couple shots on goal. They keep possession, 24 seconds left on the shot clock. And here's their last possession.
As the Gators again looking to attack, still unable to get consistent shots on target, as that one again Bollinger's able to save.
Another stop for the Panthers. It's 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Time running low for the Gators. Move inside, shot inside. Gators back within 2. Luke Malone.
As Luke Malone able to get that score, his third goal of the season, his first goal of the game. As Malone finally was able to get the wraparound move to go, as he was able to get that one over Jackson there, and to get the Gators back within 2. 8-6 now the lead. The Gators able to work their way back into this one early on in the second half.
And here is the face-off. The Gators won the first one of the half. It's an illegal false start, it looks like, on the Panthers. So possessions to the Gators. And now at 8-6, having a chance now to bring it within 1.
And again, the Gators had the miscues in the second quarter. The Panthers having the early miscues here in the third quarter. This is not the time to take your foot off the gas if you are the Chapman Panthers.
Moving inside, the Gators looking around. They're clearly okay with running that shot clock down. They're not worried about the time. This time a quick possession, good save by Bollinger.
Yeah, Bollinger was ready for that one, just sitting on the right side of the goal. That one fell right into the lap of his stick there.
Bollinger with another save. It's a close match, though, at 8-6. Last time the Panthers were in a close matchup, again, it was earlier in the season when they're playing UCSB. They won that trap game 6-5. Here's a move inside for the Panthers. And a loss of possession. Looked like it just got out of the control of Beasley. And now a bit of a fast break for the Gators, moving with Russell.
And again, early on here, another miscue for the Panthers, losing the possessions. Not quite like them at all this season, as the Gators are a good enough team to easily go on a rally like the Panthers did in the middle of the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, we talk so much about how the Gators offense has been their biggest forefront, right, on their team, with Gochar having the ball right now. But the Gators defense has been very impressive. Gochar shot on goal, another save by Bollinger. And that's just too easy for Bollinger, but that pass is a little wild and picked up. Jack Worth is able to maintain it. Here come the Panthers.
And again, the Panthers need to get this goal scoring going again here. 3 minutes now without a goal.
And Camden gets it going. Another score. What a shot right down the middle.
And what did I say? They need to get the goal scoring back. They got the goal scoring back. And Morris again with the flat feet celebration going on. I'm loving it. Morris able to get his second goal of the season. Morris, he didn't think that was going to go in at first. It did. He's hyped. The Panthers are hyped. That gets the morale right back. 9-6 lead now for the Panthers.
Yeah, the Gators had scored 2 goals straight before that Panthers goal, putting it at 9-6. And they're going to win possession back. And this is how the Panthers get going. Winning those faceoffs after goals. They could get a rally going. And it's going to start with Morrison, who's still running around with it. It's going to be picked up by DeColibus.
And finally able to pick that one up again. That's another one of those ground balls that was there for a long time for the taking. And the Panthers finally able to come out with one.
Again, we talk so much about Joe Callis, and he's talking about trying to fight past the aggression of the Gators. And he didn't think the Panthers handled that well in the first half. Trying to see if they can adjust in this second Vaumand.
And the Panthers so far have been adjusting as they've been able to keep possession here. Approaching 35 seconds left on the shot clock, though. Got to start moving with some urgency.
Reginelli, pass over to Worth. Worth can't find anything. So reset to Morset. We haven't called his name often today, but he has been a key player for the Panthers. Let's see what Morset can do in a one-on-one. He loses it instead, and here come the Gators. Down the field, running quick in a fast break.
Yeah, Morissette, uncharacteristic mistake again, losing the ball on that possession. Just someone else hit his stick, ball flies right out. The Gators able to start a possession here already, trying to get their second goal of the third quarter.
And it's in the possession of Ethan Gerber, the leading scorer. He gets it over to Weinberg. Second on the team in goals.
And Weinberg was quiet in that first half, but able to get that goal just before halftime.
Pass by Halloran as he takes a shot as well. So it's going to be a free possession right now for the Gators. Weinberg working for the top.
As Weinberg trying to work on Jack Worth.
Weinberg's shot is way off. Flag is called.
And again, Weinberg, I like that on the free possession. Be aggressive. Get to the goal. He's had an off day so far with only one goal. But that one goal changed everything here for the Gators as they've come out of halftime looking absolutely amazing here in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, the Gators winning face-off possessions, playing aggressive, quick on the ball. It looks like a completely different team to start this half.
It does indeed. And the Gators looking to keep being aggressive. Jack Worth going to be in the box for a little bit after that penalty.
Jack Worth going to have to be out. The Gators now have player advantage.
That's going to be a key for the Gators is can they capitalize on this possession? They've been getting possessions, but not necessarily finishing those possessions out with goals.
Toss around for the Gators. Shot on goal. Bounces off of Bollinger's leg, and Bollinger will pick up the ground ball. Dangerous shot, almost breaking through.
Yeah, that was a dangerous save there for Bollinger. Almost lost the ground ball, and they had an open goal for a second if he did. And look at that. The Gators pressing Bollinger again.
Yeah, Bollinger was out of the goal there. Oh, that's a knock. That's a knock on the head. Camden able to stay by. Despite taking the hit, and Morset is reset back on the offensive side behind the goal. Goes to Walker. It looks like the Panthers are going to reset with Brugman. Again, biggest thing, too, is when you have those longer possessions, you give your defense a rest. You're able to kind of devise a plan, get an offensive play going, and that's exactly what the Panthers are doing. Again, still having someone in the box. And there's a wraparound, a hook.
And that's when the Panthers are easily able to gain those possessions and able to take time off the clock. That's how they work best. They operate with slower-paced offense. They casually work, and then boom. They hit you when you least expect it, and an easy flag call. There's DeCoblis. Got run over right there on that one.
Looks like DeCoblis is okay, but he got hooked around as he's kind of showing a demonstration right now to his teammate of what happened. He's talking to Morset. It was a bit of a wraparound hook. Wrong sport being played there.
Exactly
and
the
the
wrong
Gators will have a
sport.
player in the box.
And for Physicality, it's good that he's okay because he's coming back from injury, as we said. And you would hate to see him get hurt again in the game that he comes back and playing an amazing game with 2 goals already.
So that's going to even things out. So it's going to be offsides and a hold on the Gators. And now that's going to give the Panthers an opportunity to be close to evening things out when they're already a man down with someone in the box.
And that's what they need. You want this to be close to even here, up 9-6. A goal here gets you to that 4-goal lead, which would boost the sideline morale and allow you to play a little bit more relaxed.
I have to say right now, the field's looking quite empty with a lot of players in the box, so here's going to be an open shot opportunity at some point for the Panthers. Wide open field to work with. Shot on goal and shot in goal! Welcome back, Dante DeColubus, 2 goals in his debut.
And DeColubus, that's actually his 3rd goal on the day. That's a hat trick for him in his return. He's able to get that again under the legs of Pilgrim, and he ducks down over the defender who's trying to jump and get that ball. DeColubus not doing the chop celebration this time, but an amazing goal nonetheless to give the Panthers a 10-6 lead here in the 3rd quarter.
And since the Gators rallied off 2 straight goals to get within 2, Panthers enter with 2 right back. It's now a 10-6 lead, a 4-possession lead. That is the highest for the game so far. It looks like McDonald is going to be out on the face-off. McDonald has no face-off listed, but he will win. It's still on the ground, and he'll win this. So McDonald wins his first listed face-off.
Good
and pushed down to the ground, another flag. The aggressiveness from both sides is really starting to be called, and there's another call. It looks like it's going to have another Gator in the box.
And Cavan took a hit there, multiple hits before the ref called that one, and it's good to see Cavan is okay. This game getting a little physical for Florida. It's a little bit of frustration fouling right now, which cannot be happening. It's only the 3rd quarter. You have over 8 minutes left. There is time in this game for you to come back. You've already come back multiple times to bring this game even closer. Who's to say they can't do it again?
Looks like the junior Chase McNeil will be out in the box. Has 4 goals this year as a midfielder. And being a junior veteran for this team, 37 total games played in his career. Volman, wraparound, doesn't like it. Tripped up, keeps his balance. Impressive move. DeColubus already with a hat trick. Pass inside. Shot is lost and out of control. Ground ball is picked up, though, by the Panthers.
Yeah, again, amazing effort there from Cavan to pick up these extra possessions.
And it looks like there's a flag down as well, so a free possession for the Panthers. That pass is wild. And now we'll see the ref make his call. It's going to have another player in the box. So basically, right after the timer ran out for one Gator, another one has to go in and substitute into the box. It looks like it's a slashing call on Cortez.
Again, for the Gators, more miscues. The Panthers are having the miscues early on here in this 3rd quarter, but the Gators have now come back to their ways in the middle of the 2nd quarter. The inconsistent play from the Gators has led them to being down 10-6 at this moment.
Toss around for the Panthers. Goes to more set. On a little ground ball move, and the Panthers get another goal on the board. Grant Cavan with the shot.
And that's Cavan's first goal of the season. There is Cavan just able to get right around and just get that one into the goal. Barely. Cavan now with the team lead outright with 11 goals there, and just amazing team play by the Panthers, just getting Cavan in the place to get the ball, able to just put it right in to take the lead to 11-6, the largest lead for the Panthers of 5 goals in this game.
Yeah, Cavan, his first goal of the game, his 7th on the year from San Jose, California. Little hometown shout out to me right there. Here's a move around for McDonald. McDonald with open room pass over to the other side, and the shot is off. But the ground ball, here it is again. If the Panthers win, it's keeping possession, and they do. Morset comes away with it. The Panthers winning a lot of the ground balls now in this second half.
Yeah, again, but the Panthers just winning the ground balls. I can't say it enough. For the Gators, it has not been a huge detriment to them throughout the season, but today, that was going to be key, and the Panthers have answered the bell in that regard.
Walker. Looking for room, can't find it. Kevin. Back to Walker. Walker has some room. Walker's losing balance, though. He tries to stay up on his feet, and he does. He passes it around to Kevin. They reset back at the top to Morset. Morset gets a move around. Morset shot on goal, and it's off to the right. But the Panthers closest to it.
Morset not having the game that he's wanted to have here so far today with 0 goals and a couple of missed shots. But again, the Panthers just winning the battle of possessions again, being the closest one to the sideline to try to extend this lead up to 6.
Now, we've seen the Panthers do this play before where they line up right down the middle. Usually it's just a ISO DeColabis as he takes a shot. What will he do here? This time he passes it out to Morset, all the way to the other side to Walker. Walker's shot is off. Closest to it are the Panthers. Kevin stick closest to, and he'll reset for the Panthers offense. Panthers line up in the middle again, same play style.
And Walker on that one was just unable to get a good clear lane to the goal. That was a bit of a rush shot to me when it didn't have to be.
And Walker with another shot, and that one is again a grounder out off to the right. Here's a pickup by Kevin. They'll reset again. This time the Panthers don't have a design play, more set. That shot is off. You could consider it a pass the way it went straight to the Panther player. That one is off again. A lot of shot attempts for the Panthers. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, as the Panthers able to get off 4 shots here as Reginelli was the final shot there, and they're going to look to get another one off right here.
They have no choice. Here it is, Walker, and he'll get it! 1 second is all they need left on the shot clock. Walker with the score.
As Holden Walker able to get that one in his 6th goal of the season. Right there with 1 second left on the clock with the spin move, the stick movement, able to just zip that one by Pilgrim in goal to give the Panthers a 12-6 lead now here over the Gators with just over 5 minutes left in the quarter.
Panthers with their biggest lead of the game and outscoring the Gators 4-1 in this quarter. That possession is going to go right back to the Panthers. And again, Panthers winning another face-off, having possession. Gators haven't had possession in a while, especially with the Panthers running a big shot clock down as they did on their last possession, taking up 79 seconds of the 80-second shot clock.
Yeah, and again, the defense for the Gators now, as a result of that, is going to be very, very tired. Substitutions aren't really coming in here so far from the Florida sideline because they need their star players out here on the field.
Vomund. Wrap around up top. Shot attempt is off to the right. And it looks like the goalie was trying to get himself, Pilgrim was trying to get himself the closest to it to possibly get the Gators a possession, but they cannot. Panthers doing a great job staying closest to the sidelines as well. Possession's always going back to them. DeColabis moving around.
I do love the effort from Pilgrim, though, on that to try to be the closest one to the ball, get your team an extra possession. But unfortunately, he was unable to.
What a wraparound move by Kevin! And what a needle threader it is off of the right side. Facing the double team and is able to fit it in a thin hole.
Yeah, what a goal there by Kevin. He's waking up now with 2 goals here in the 3rd quarter already. Kevin able to just get the wraparound, and he just went right by Pilgrim. He couldn't even get his stick up in time. Look at Pilgrim's face. He's down. He's looking down, knowing that he already had no chance to get to that one to bring the lead up to 13-6 now. And this is danger territory for Florida. Down 7, under 5 minutes left in the 3rd.
Kevin,
what can he do to be within a couple goals going into the 4th?
Well, Kevin with his 2nd goal of the quarter. Panthers are going to get a call. Oh, it's going to be a timeout by the Gators. Smartly so, too. As it looks like for a split second, the Gators were about to lose possession. Now they get a chance, finally getting their first offensive possession for the first time in the past 4 possessions, as it's all gone to the Panthers. All the scoring in the 3rd has gone to the Panthers, now up 13-6. So Florida finally getting possession for the first time in a while. Now let's see what they can do.
Yeah, again, for the Gators, this is key. Finally earning possession here in this 3rd quarter. As you said, down 13-6. A must score out of this timeout for the Gators. And if you're Coach Callis, bringing the same intensity, the same type of plays is what's going to lead you to victory here for the Panthers. And Coach Callis said in Lisa's interview right before halftime, they didn't like the lack of aggressiveness that they were responding with when Florida was being aggressive. And look what's happening in the second half. Amazing aggressiveness here from the Panthers and almost none available from the Gators.
Now, one big thing to mention about the Florida Gators is while they haven't been great scoring in the fourth quarter throughout the previous 3-game win streak that they've had going into this game, they did show the capability of scoring a lot of points in a quarter. Their leading score is a total of 8. And they did that in the first game against West Virginia, where they made a big comeback win. Those 8 goals scored in that fourth quarter helped them get the win back. What a job it was. And again, so the Gators showing capability of being able to make a comeback like that and play down. Let's see if they can do this now in the third quarter.
That's what they'll have to do here in order to make a comeback here into this game. And we said the prove it game for both teams. Right now, the Panthers are proving that they have an amazing chance to be the #1 team in the country. And the Gators not really proving much out here on the field right now.
What can they prove with possession? Working from the top. Holleran. Again, those wraparound moves for the Gators have not been accessible. That one's going to go out of bounds. And the Panthers will get possession. Again, the ball has to roll out behind the goal for the possession to stay on the offensive side. Should it go out through the sidelines, it resets to the defensive team. And Nico Orsino is getting it past the midfield.
Yeah, and for the Panthers here, just wind down the clock like you've been doing. There's no reason to change the game plan. No reason to really change anything at all except substitutions, because right now you have the advantage of being up by 7, meaning fresh bodies that can come into the game and provide offense and defense for you.
Panthers working from the top with Walker. Walker gets it over to Morset. Morset with a good move. Shot on goal is off.
Again, for Morset, just unable to find the goal here today. The aggressive mindset is what he has to have. He's too good. It was just like with Dylan Weinberg. One's going to go in eventually. It's going to happen.
Here's Grant Cavan. 2 already in this quarter. And they'll reset it to Walker. Walker got a late goal.
There he goes.
Morset can't find it. Resets to Walker. If you recall, Walker got that goal earlier. That one is going to be saved by Pilgrim. Walker had a goal earlier in that third with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Yeah, and that's a great save there by Pilgrim. In pregame, I saw some players walking up to the locker room, and they were all saying, hat trick for number 12, and that is Grant Cavan. So the players were loving the Grant Cavan's playing. They want the hat trick, and who doesn't want a hat trick? That would be an amazing accomplishment, especially if he does it here in this quarter.
Panthers win back possession, and Dante DeColubis is one already with the hat trick, as you mentioned. 3 goals for him in his game back after missing the last 2. Here come the Panthers. Ball is loose. It is out. A good change of possession forced by the Gators.
And that's the physicality that they need to be showing here at this stage of the game. You got to get this to 13-8, 13-9.
And that's all you need as the Gators get a score with Malone. Gators back within 6.
And that's Luke Malone's second goal of the game. They're making it back within 6, as you said. And I was just saying, the Gators need to get some points on the board. And they were able to right there with Malone's second goal of the game. That was a little bit of a no-look type of shot right there, just with the flick of the stick. You know, the flick of the wrist there was impeccable. You got to have the correct motions there. And he was able to. 13-7 the lead now for the Panthers, as a false start is going to be called during the faceoff.
And the Chapman Panthers will get possession again. Panthers passing it around. Again, as mentioned before, just running down that shot clock. They have the opportunity to take off 80 full seconds with a 6-score lead. DeColubis is being very aggressive. Shot inside is aggressive, and it's going to be picked back up by DeColubis. That shot attempt was by Worth.
Worth going for the hat trick there, but was just unable to get it.
Vomund off of the left side. Vomund's going to take it himself, and that shot is wild and off. DeColobus has been doing a fantastic job just staying disciplined, staying closest to that back line. Panthers maintain possession.
And that's key for the Panthers right now, maintaining that possession. Try to get this back up to a 7-goal lead here going into the fourth quarter.
Kolobis, shot is high. Ball is loose. Defenders can't cross the midfield line. So it will be easily picked up by Worth. And he'll reset. We have 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Worth from the top. Hasn't been looking to pass. Worth is knocked down. Triple team, double teamed. There's a call. And a timeout by the Panthers. Smartly so, as Worth was getting surrounded.
Yeah, and Worth trying to talk. He talked a little bit after that to the Gators, saying, "Can't do that to me. You can't do that to me." As he takes off the gloves coming into the timeout. He definitely felt that last hit with the grimace on his face. But that's the physicality of the game. The Gators need that in order to try to come back, being down 13-7.
Well, it's worth mentioning again, in that second quarter, Jack Worth did get put in the box for knocking a Florida Gator down after he felt like he pushed a teammate a little too hard. So we see a lot of passion from these Chapman Panthers going up against these Florida Gators. It's been very physical. A lot of calls, a lot of players have been up in the box. And the Panthers have actually taken the advantage the most of possessions where the opponents are in the box.
Yeah, because most of the time it has been that the Panthers have the advantage, meaning that they have outnumbered maybe 6-5 or 6-4 on the offensive attack. The Gators had the advantage once and were unable to come away with anything during that possession.
How important it is to take advantage of those possessions that are given, and also just to even have possessions. The Panthers, with their ability to have so many possessions, they've missed shots, but they've regained it. You saw on that possession, again, as you mentioned, that took 79 seconds off of the clock. What a fantastic job it was just to be able to get one more shot off. And again, for the Panthers, they kept winning those ground balls, kept staying close to the end, kept keeping possession, and then at some point took all the way to the last second to get a score off. And that also took 80 seconds off of the clock.
And that's key, the time taken off the clock, because we have 1 minute here left in this third quarter. The Panthers can hold for the final shot.
Morissette chooses not to, takes a shot attempt, and he will miss. It is a good save by Pilgrim. And now the Gators moving down. They want to make quick work of these possessions with 40 seconds approaching in the third quarter.
And that was their time to hold for the final shot here, as they're just waiting around to try to get set here with just over 30 seconds left.
And right on cue, Ethan Gerber subs in. Leading scorer for the Gators. Their main attacker, Gators, set up a play. You can see they're getting into formation. One-on-one isolation. Ursino trying to stay ahead. Cannot, but Bollinger with a great save as it hits off of the top post. 16 seconds left. Clock running down for the Panthers. This is it, the last 10 seconds. Can they get a shot attempt off? Running down the field. Jackson gets it to Ursino. Ursino, pressure. Passes wild. Call from the ref, and that is zeros on the clock. So the end of the third quarter, the Panthers will end up leading 13-7.
And that's what you can't have happen. Even though you are up 13-7, you're feeling great going into the fourth quarter. You want to at least get a shot off there, as Ursino was wild on the pass. With that, you just have to take the shot. That's just something that you have to try, is to get a shot off there to try to get the lead up to 14-7, but 13-7 lead for the Panthers going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Panthers scored a lot in that. If you recall, going into it, it was 8-5, now 13-7. What has led to the Panthers' surge in this third quarter?
Well, what it's been the wins on ground balls and faceoffs. Something that Florida was kind of living with throughout the first quarter, second quarter, and the first minute of the third quarter. But ever since then, the Panthers have just been able to continue to control the time of possession, continue to win those ground balls, continue to get extra possessions. And even though the Panthers have had some players in the box this past quarter, so has Florida. And it's really affected the Gators way more than it has the Panthers. And Grant Cavan coming alive with 2 goals in this third quarter was the big reason why.
Yeah, there was a lot of ugly play from the Gators, too, in that third, with a lot of sloppy and loose turnovers and all that. So how do the Gators shore that up now going into the fourth? Again, the Gators have shown potential to make comebacks in those fourth quarters. They scored 8 goals in their first game of the season against West Virginia, which led to their comeback in that fourth quarter. What can they do to repeat history now against the Chapman Panthers?
Well, what they have to do is keep the miscues limited. No miscues. You can't lose out on any possessions, because the reason for that is really just because the Panthers have been scoring like crazy on those failed possessions from the Gators, and the Gators can't get their temper, get the best of them, as they've just had too many players in the box that I can even count. Seems like every other possession, somebody is in the box, and that's not a way to win lacrosse games here for them, as Coach Garrett is going to need to bring this team together here in the final 15 minutes of this one, with the Panthers up 13-7.
15 minutes left to decide a winner. Panthers leading 13-7. Here we go with the face-off, and off we go with the fourth quarter, and the Gators starting off with possession.
That's already important right there. The Gators have the ball to start the quarter. It just gives them a chance to start the quarter off on a high note.
They started the quarter in the third with possession, and they scored immediately to open up that second half. Can they do so again in the fourth? This time, though, they look to maintain it and keep a lead.
They have to. They have to. They have to score back-to-back-to-back possessions here to make this a close game, because we know the Panthers' defense is physical. We know that Bollinger is not going to be easy to score on whatsoever.
Again, Bollinger, one of the best in the nation as a goalie. There's a pass behind the goal. The Gators trying to find something. That was Weinberg who was working behind the goal. Now working up from the top. Shot on goal, bouncing way too high. And a good little effort from the Panthers. Trying to be the closest to it there was Leander. To no avail, though. Gators keep possession with Malone.
Rikers was diving like he was trying to catch a ball in center field right there on that dive. Batter would have been out, I'll tell you that, but he was unable to get the closest to the ball there. Love the effort.
Halloran. Shot on goal, and shot is in. Good start for the Gators. Just what they need to get back in this game. 13-8 to score.
Halloran, his second goal of the game. And again, as he said, big momentum boost. Get it within a 5 with 13:40 left. He's able to just work right on Beasley with the bounce shot. Goes straight past Bollinger and into the goal. 13-8. And for the Gators, the key here, winning that face-off. If they win this face-off and score, it's 13-9, and all the momentum is on their side.
And the Panthers will win the ground ball with Nico Ursino. And that is stolen away. What a steal that was by McNeil. And here come the Gators, another possession in a row.
And that's exactly what they needed. Great
McNeil's
play.
going to take it himself. Oh, high shot. My goodness. That was a little out of control by McNeil.
Maybe the wind picked up a little bit there. Not that I can see from the trees, but maybe the wind picked up a little bit. But as I was saying, what a play from McNeil. The awareness to get that steal. Again, the shot was high, but the Gators get another possession out of it.
Now McNeil tried to be a one-man show there with the steal and the shot. Couldn't get it, but the Gators still having possession. Russell passing it. Gators moving around. Reset to the top. Here's a move. No shot attempt for Boyer. And Boyer will pass it away. He'll get it to Malone. Malone, shot is high. Gator will be closest to. 38 seconds left on the shot clock.
Again, it's another chance for the Gators. They're not scoring, but they're keeping the ball out of the Chapman Panther sticks.
Boyer. Setting it up to the top. Move to get around. Trying to get around Ursino. Cannot. He'll pass it away to Malone. And a lot of pressure now. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Resetting to the top. That's Asher, Will Asher. We haven't called his name a lot today. That shot on goal is off. Another miss by Boyer. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Can the Gators get a buzzer beater? Clock ticking down. Shot on goal is in for the Gators. Colin Russell. 2 quick strikes and the Gators are back in this game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what needed to happen here to start this quarter. In the beginning of the third quarter, they scored early but couldn't keep it going. And what a nice bounce shot just out of the reach of the outstretched stick and body of Bollinger. Russell hyping it up, teammates hyping it up. 13-9, now the score with just over 12 minutes left in this game. The Gators right back in it.
Yeah, what a surge it's been from the Florida Gators. Another false start, and here come the Gators. Another possession. They're down 4, coming off of 2 quick goals.
And for the Panthers, those false starts are so out of character for this team. They've been a dominant face-off team so far this season. But so far in this fourth quarter, hasn't been any good.
Mostovic had it. And they reset it with the Gators. This is Weinberg. He has 1 goal in the day. The Gators are just passing it around. Again, taking their time. Right now, how quickly they've scored. Time is not really a factor. Run out, and Gators will maintain possession.
Yeah, and the Panthers just stopped running towards that sideline there. Maybe he had no chance. Again, we have more of a sky view from where our booth and our monitor is. So maybe on the field, he had no shot there. But you got to at least run that out fully if you are the Panthers.
Ethan Gerber, the leading scorer for the Gators. What a time it would be to get another goal. To bring it within 3. That shot is wild, way off. And closest to it are the Panthers. They'll take possession back. McDonald with the good hustle.
Yeah, the Panthers needed that. They needed possession here to make sure it doesn't go to 13-10. And Morris able to recover that one just barely.
Yeah, Morris Camden, that was a close pass. But he's able to grab it. And now the Panthers defense gets a time to rest. Here comes the offense. Jack Worth is now back in. Same with Vomund. Reginelli as well. And
as now they're able to start possession here for the Panthers.
Moving around, setting up at the top. Worth, shot on goal, Morset. Breakthrough for Morset. And there we go. Panthers extending their lead again.
And that's exactly what the Panthers needed from Morissette, finally getting on the board. What did I say? When you're like Morissette, one of them's going to go through with the chip shot, able to get that in. Love the celebration there with Jack Worth, and a much-needed goal for the Panthers. This has been their first much-needed goal in a long time, and they were able to get this one in to extend the lead back up to 5, 14-9 here with just over 10.5 left.
Won by the Gators. Quick shot by the Gators. What a save, though, by Bollinger. Bollinger with the great awareness. That was a quick possession from the Gators. Now the Panthers have time to reset, take their time. Hanamoto passing it over to Morset. He just scored the goal previously. Sub-ins for the Panthers. Ursino out. Worth is in. Also subbing in is Vomund.
And for the Panthers, this is the first time that they've been able to take their time on a possession, really since the third quarter with the hot start the Gators have had. So far, the Gators still outscoring the Panthers 2-1, but they cannot allow a second goal right here.
Reginelli. Wrap around. Up top to Morset. Vomund. He was looking for a second like he wanted to take a shot. He chooses not to. It'll be a wraparound to Cavan. DeColibus already has a hat trick.
And for the Panthers, this is another long possession, which is something I love from them. This is when they're able to make their best offense. Counting down to 15 left on the shot clock, though. Going to try to go for it soon.
That was a good shot attempt by Cavan. Try to get a little holy roller in. And it looks like it's going to reset the shot clock. At a full 79. And here we go again. The Panthers have a lot of time to take down the clock. We're going to be approaching 9 minutes left in the game. Jack Worth on the top. Setting up to Reginelli. Reginelli moving around. Cavan to the top. Morset. Morset, he's taking a lot of shot attempts today. That one's going to be a great pass and off of the post. Almost in for Reginelli.
And Reginelli was trying to curve that one to the left, but just had a little bit too much on it. You saw the way that ricocheted off the post. That had a lot on it.
That was a great play, too, by the defender for the Chapman Panthers. Leander tipped it back. It's a reset on the shot clock for the Panthers. More time can be ticked off.
And for the Gators here, time is now starting to tick. When it was only 4 goals, they felt like they had a lot of time left. But now with it being 5 goals, approaching 8 minutes left, a goal here puts the Panthers in a pretty good spot.
The red hand on the clock continuing to tick away. Time running low before the clock will hit 0 for the Gators. Again,
Walker
down
there.
5.
Walker was trying to draw a penalty right there, but to no avail.
Newstron. Ben Newstron working around. It's out of control. And off of the pass due to a loss of possession due to a pass. It's going to reset. The Gators get possession with 7:47, and now quick possessions are a necessity at this point. So the Gators moving quick, picking up the intensity, moving to Boyer.
And the Gators need the intensity right now. A quick goal is something that they have to have right now as we approach 7 minutes left in this one.
Russell, pass around for the Gators. Shot has to come soon. Resetting to the top. Moving around. Good move by Asher. Passes it off. Pass by Malone. There's a flag down as well, so this is a free possession right now for the Gators. They'll get one to follow. Mostovic tries a shoulder check, cannot. Mostovic around the end. Holds it. It's going to be picked up by the Panthers, or it's going to roll out. No, it's going to stay in. Almost a save attempt. That one now rolls out. The flag is now in play. So the Gators, again, not taking advantage of their free possession.
Yeah, I think
Get a shot
Morris
attempt.
on the ground ball, though, he thought it was just going to roll out. That's why he stopped going for it, but it didn't. And now with the flag on the play, the Gators are going to get a second possession here with 6:42 left. This has to be a goal for the Gators with time running out.
And it looks like the Panthers will have a player in the box. It's going to be Morris Camden. He's going to have to sit in the box and
that's
wait his
big.
turn.
And that's big for the Panthers because he's one of their best defenders there, the long stick midfielder. That's going to be a big loss for them as he's been so physical on the defensive end.
Yeah, Halloran right now having a word. Well, it looks like it was Jack Worth having a word with Camden, trying to calm him down. The Gators down 5 with 6:25. They need to average a goal per minute to have a chance to get back in this game. Here's a possible shot attempt off of the edge. Another great save by Bollinger.
That was Weinberg who got that shot off, but Bollinger was just so prepared for it, easily able to save it.
Bollinger with a little bit of split action catches it, and the Panthers take possession back. Now, don't be surprised if we see a bit of aggressiveness heavy from the Gators, really trying to swing that stick, force the ball to pop out. That toss is up high, and it goes to Worth. Worth breaking the ankle of 2 defenders. Worth with room. Jack Worth is going to hold and reset.
Give that guy a map, in the words of Chris Smoove, because he was lost. Wow, Jack Worth easily able to break those ankles right there. And a fun fact about Jack Worth is that he is doing our class midterm leader project on his hometown university's football head coach, Deion Sanders, and he's been shining here in our primetime matchup.
Good use there. Jack Worth loses it. Ground ball still on the ground. Florida has not been able to win these. That one is a big check. And the ball is still on the ground. It's picked up. The Gators again fighting heavy. Another flag down. Another check. And we got 2 players going at it.
And did you see how high the ref threw that flag? He put us all into that one. He was like, that's a major flag.
A lot
That's
of
a
hit
major
checks.
one.
And a lot of emotion from the Gators as they start moving off to the sidelines.
And with these emotions, the Gators really have to control themselves here because those were 2 unnecessary flags on the Gators. Already down at 14-9 as they cannot have Gerber in the box for this possession right here. No way. No way. That is one of the worst possible outcomes if you're a Gators fan.
It looks like it is going to be Ethan Gerber in the box. Not just Gerber, though. Mostovic is waiting. It appears he expects to be in the box. Looks like it's going to be 3 Gators possibly having to wait behind. No, Mostovic is going to go in. We're going to have a second Gator in the box. That second Gator will be Cortez. Either way, it's not a huge loss for Gerber, as Gerber is an offensive-oriented player. Right now, the Gators are on defense, but those flags still huge, and it shows how desperate the Gators are playing right now. Down big.
They have to play desperate right now. You're down 5 with under 5 minutes left. You need multiple goals per minute here to try to come back and win this one.
Oh, we'll make it down 6 off of that shot by Dante DeColibis. 4 on the day. Have a day, Dante.
Yeah, what a return game from him. The fact that the Panthers were just dominating without him and now dominating with him as well. It's a great sign to see here for the freshman, just right over the stick of Pilgrim DeCopolis, the sophomore from San Clemente, California, from beautiful San Clemente, one of the most beautiful cities here in the state, able to score a beautiful goal right there to make the lead 15-9.
It's going to be picked up by the Panthers. And now with the 6-score lead, trying not to lose it at this point. With 80 seconds on a shot clock, the Panthers, though, don't care about it. They'll score again. Michael Morrison. The senior, the face-off specialist, decides, I want to have some action myself, gets himself a goal. Panthers leading by 7, 4:29. And is it safe to say that the ice is put on this game?
I think so. And look at Michael Morrison right there. His first goal of the season. The senior from Newport Beach. Shout out the hometown. Newport Beach represent right there. Able to get the goal, his first of the season. We love to see that for the senior. He's been great on the faceoffs today and now extending the lead.
Speaking on the faceoffs, the Panthers are going to win another one, but there's going to be a push down. So we'll go to the Gators. And now with the Gators, we were talking about averaging a score per minute. It's got to be a score per 20 seconds at this point. With the way the clock is ticking down. Quick possessions needed for the Gators, but that's hard to do when you have a goalie like Bollinger.
Again, Bollinger started off the game a little slow, not with many saves, but look at this. The Gators are already losing possession. The Panthers sprinting down the field.
And that's a steal from Rikers Leander. Leander with a good toss back. More set. Panthers showing no intention right now of letting that shot clock drain. They've been having quick possessions. At this point, they're just trying to run up the score.
I mean, why not? Run it up. Don't run it up when there's only 5 seconds left, but you have 3 minutes and 35 seconds left. And in the words of LeBron James, the game is not over until that clock hits double zeros. And that applies in all sports.
Also, you have to wonder for the motivation for the Panthers. It looks like they're sending in a couple players now. New players that we haven't seen much of this year. A lot of the young freshmen getting an opportunity. This one's Aiden Kelly. The sophomore attacker, he's getting his first playing time of the year.
And why not? In a game like this, we're up 16-9 with 3 minutes left. Why not put him in and get his feet wet, especially against a team like this?
More set. Swim move. Pass inside would have been a nice pass had that completed. Another knockdown. Again, a lot of physicality between both teams.
And the physicality has been good in waves for the Gators. Let's put it that way, because their physicality when they're not fouling is great. That's when they're able to get the game close. They're able to keep it close. But when they've been fouling, that's when the Panthers have been able to easily take this lead here in the fourth quarter. It's been because of Gator miscues yet again.
Kelly Aiden with it. He's played in 5 total career games. And that one's going to be picked up. It's going to be a call, actually, on the Panthers. So the Gators will be able to pick it up, take possession, run down the field.
And now you're playing for pride if you're the Gators, because the chances of you coming back are, I would say, 0.001%.
That's a low percentage.
Point. Yeah, I mean, it's never zero. You can never say never. Even though you say never in the title of that, you can still never say it. But they have to score here quickly.
Well, a huge factor to that percentage is Bollinger, who, again, forces a shot to go awry and off right. And even when Bollinger doesn't catch it or tip it, it's his positioning. How he stands in front of the goal that forces shots to go way off. Shot on goal, little backhander, can't go. Minute 40 approaching.
Yeah, and for the Panthers, this was such a key win. Your first top 10 team played this season, and you're going to come away with the victory here. And what a hit delivered from the Panthers there.
Troy Kennedy able to jar it loose, take possession, toss way down the field perfectly into the stick of Beasley. And with the clock running down, 66 seconds on the play clock.
And you can hear the players start to celebrate on the sidelines as they know that this one is over.
Bit of friendly fire between McDonald and it looked like Beasley there. So for the Panthers, it's going to be a big win, a minute left. And Chapman, as you mentioned, getting their first top 10 ranked win and now in prime position to possibly be ranked first in the nation. That one is going to roll through and past Bollinger. And the Gators get a score. A back of the net shot by Ethan Him.
And that's a good shot there by Ethan Heim, able to get his first goal of the game. And he's from Pembroke Pines, Florida, another Broward County city right there. Got some family near that area as well. As we're going to have a replay here of the Ethan Heim goal, just able to kind of walk right into this one and just get that one in the back of the net.
Bollinger looked a little surprised that even got through. Uncharacteristic. Trip up both ways. Gators take possession. 50 seconds left on the clock. Gators down 6.
And for the Gators, if you get a goal here, it's for pride. It's a goal for pride because this wasn't necessarily a bad showing from the Gators. 16 goals is not something where you're that upset about. They scored 10. Like, this wasn't an overall bad showing per se. It was just the miscues added up to them.
And try to get a roller there. Could not. Picked up by the Panthers. Bollinger, great job getting the ground ball. 20 seconds left on the clock. You have to imagine at this point the Panthers are okay with running the game clock down.
Come on, boys.
It's tipped around. Picked up. Lost. Gators have it. Shot on goal. One-on-one with Bollinger and another shot. Great shot by Ethan Gerber. Right down the middle.
As Gerber was able to pick up the hat trick as well with that goal, 16-11. Now the scores, we're going to have a replay here of this Gerber goal. And Gerber just, with them, look at that fake. The two fakes to the right, the left, and is able to go back to the right. And we were mentioning earlier with the stick sizes, it allows for more fakes. And that was a prime example of that with Ethan Gerber to bring it to 16-11.
And Ethan Gerber, now with 18 goals on the year, a really high amount. And here we go again, the Gators running it up. Another score with 18 seconds left.
And hey, it's 16-12. I mean, now for the Gators, you're in the close game territory now. This is a little bit of garbage time scoring, but it's okay. These are the goals and these are the plays that you can say, hey, if a lapse like this happens, we can come back to that. And for Bollinger, this is uncharacteristic. This won't be happening.
Well, of course, it is garbage time scoring. And this is also the most points that the Panthers have allowed all season at 12. But again, the score itself doesn't really tell the full tale of what this game was. And what it was a dominant showing by the Chapman Panthers and what was really a physical match between two highly ranked teams. And this game at many points got very physical and very, you could say, aggressive between both sides.
Yeah, it definitely did. And sometimes for the good, for Florida to get those extra possessions, but sometimes for the bad. When they started fouling, they had too many players in the box. The Panthers were getting easy extra possessions. That's not a recipe for success here at the college lacrosse level.
Yeah, and a big thing about this game, too, is the Florida Gators, a lot of players in the box. And when those players went into the box, the Panthers took advantage. A lot of scores with man-up advantage. How did that end up turning out, especially because the Gators didn't take advantage of players in the box when they had advantage?
No, they did not, and that really hurt the Gators in this game. The Gators, again, fouling out of frustration later in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. The first half was great physical play from the Gators. They were able to keep their composure, be physical when they needed to, and then able to take their foot off the gas when they had to. But in the second half, they had no chance to really take their foot off the gas because the Panthers were scoring and scoring and scoring, especially in the middle and late portions of the third quarter.
Another big thing, too, for the Chapman Panthers, a lot of face-off wins. You saw that big time in the third quarter. It was score, get possession, score, get possession, score, get possession. That's really the fundamentals of this Chapman team. You know, when they win ground balls, when they win those faceoffs, they have possession, you know, more times to take shot opportunities, as we'll see throughout the entire game highlights. A lot of great shot opportunities, a lot of second chance shots as well that happened throughout this entire game.
They did, and that goal right there from Malone there, able to just get that right through the little no-looker. And that was one of the best Gator goals of the game right there. Malone had 2 goals on this one.
Yeah, and another great pass. This is what Morissette finally, he took a lot of shot attempts this game and got a big goal, finally the breakthrough that he needed. What a job by the Chapman Panthers to get this win. A lot of shot attempts, a lot of possessions, and a lot of offensive scoring. Again, being able to score 16 points gives you the cushion to allow 12 points scored by the Gators, which they did right here.
It does, but also for the Gators, that's what we expected. We expected them to be able to score on this team. They're 9th ranked in the country for a reason. They are a good team right there and just able to get really whatever they want on the offensive end. Not necessarily today, but still, there were signs of life from the offense. Ethan Gerber was great with the hat trick. Dylan Weinberg was the player that I think the Panthers were able to lock up the most and prevent him from really taking over this game, which was really what allowed the Panthers to take this win.
Yeah, Dylan Weinberg only having 1 goal on the game. Again, we mentioned going into this game, 2nd on the team in scoring. And when you have a huge impact player like that who's really held to only 1 goal and not many shot attempts either, we only saw Weinberg take the 1 shot attempt that led to his goal. So it was just not the performance that the Gators wanted. They didn't get their players in open space or the matchups they liked either. Now down on the sidelines, we have Lisa Pressler, who has an interview with our MVP.
Hi guys, I'm here with our MVP, Dante DeColbis. Dante, you had 4 goals and 1 assist. What was your strategy as an attacker for this game?
Well, I was out the last couple games, so I was trying to get back into the swing of things in the very beginning. And then, once I kind of got into the flow, I was just I'm going to be aggressive, create opportunities for my team. But everybody did a good job getting good spacing, so it helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and now you guys are on your 6th winning streak. You know, how does that feel for you and for your team?
Oh, it feels great. We have this motto on our team. It's what's the best part about being 6-0, and it's a chance to go 7-0. So we just take it 1 game at a time. So we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, and then how do you plan on building, your success for upcoming games?
Just look back on the film, take it 1 game at a time, like I said, and just practice hard and learn a lot. So we could still get a lot better. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, congrats on your win, and thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Lisa Pressler, your sideline reporter from CSBN, signing off.
Great job, Lisa. And Dante DeColbis is coming back after missing the last 2 games. 4 goals in his comeback. What led to his great offensive performance?
Well, what led to it was just he was able to get open easily. He was able to just get the flow of the game. And also, when you are injured, you're rested. That's one of the only good things about being injured, because nobody likes injuries. But in that, you are rested, you're able to recover, and he looked rested today. And he also had the moment of the game for me with the chomp chomp celebration. That set the tone early on for the Panthers, and they were able to win. And his teammates were getting him the ball, and he wasn't afraid to take those shots. He got really sidearm choked a little bit for later on in the 3rd quarter there, and he was able to just come back from that easily. His mentality was what allowed him to really score those 4 goals, and he looks totally healthy after this game.
And his performance led to the Panthers now at 6-0 on the year. And this 6-0 Panthers team, again, is a club team, self-funded. Their own players, the coaches, the parents, they all put money into this program. So if you feel like donating, any amount of money helps to this team, pays for the equipment, all the things that they use for travel, food, everything that helps this team be successful and where they are right now is due to the donations that you guys could possibly give at this moment. So please, if you feel like donating, anything helps when you look at the QR code down there. This Chapman Panthers team, again, 6-0, and they're looking at to be #1 in the nation, and they're going for that national championship this year. So any donations help to a national championship team.
They are. And any donations can really help them have a good performance on Thursday in their next game against Utah State here at home. That should be a great one. And as Dante DeColbis said, what's the best part about being 6-0? Having a chance to go 7-0, and they have a chance to do that on Thursday night.
Yeah, so speaking on that, looking ahead towards the future, Panthers, again, they got their game on Thursday going into it 6-0. Now, on the other side, Florida just lost, right? That's their 3rd loss of the year. Now going to UCLA, who's a struggling team, What does Florida need to do in that game on Tuesday?
Well, they need to just bounce back. You know, last game took L, but next game be bounce back. That's exactly what they have to do. And UCLA, as we've said, in the last place in the SLC. And that's the game they need. And Florida right now is sitting in second place in their division in the SELC, the Southeastern Lacrosse Conference. So in order to stay in second and potentially go up into first, which is currently occupied by Florida State, they will need to win that game. And UCLA is struggling. That could be a potential trap game, though, for the Gators, as they cannot come away with a win here.
The 2 versus 9 goes as expected as the Chapman Panthers get a big win over the number 9 Florida Gators. We want to thank you guys for staying tuned in throughout this entire game. I've been Alejandro Flores here with Josh Feinhurst, and hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Good luck on your midterms, Chapman students.